Cosrunning with Chunky Wonder Woman. I am Darcy and of Chunky Wonder Woman, and I've been thinking a long time about doing a vlog, and that's focused specifically on running in costume as opposed to my blog, which does my running and my running process and where I am with that. But I thought this would be more interesting. But I watch a lot of YouTube, and I keep wanting it to be more polished. And I was talking with my friend Summer, who does this great podcast called Kitchen Stitches, and she said, "You know what? Just plunge ahead and do it and see what happens," which has been kind of my whole running experience anyway. So I thought, why not? So we're just going to try it in its raw entity, and we're just going to see how it goes. By the way, if you like knitting or baking, do check out kitchenstitches.com. It's my friend Summer's podcast, and it's really fun, and it will make you hungry, and that gives you a reason to run. So I guess that's your tenuous connection to it. But the first thing I really wanted to talk about is I've been thinking about what to call this whole running in costume thing, and Cosrunning seems as good a name for it as anything else. It's a lot to me. It's like cosplay in that you have a lot of the same rules. It needs to be easily recognizable from a distance. It needs to hold up to scrutiny close up. And then you have the added challenges that you have to be able to move in it. And also that that it needs to be recognizable from the muggles. You can't have it. You can't have characters that are too obscure. So, to me, all those things work. For example, your best example, if you follow any running blog and you look at your friend's feed, have you seen all the pictures from the Disney runs? That's Cosrunning. That all those wonderful Disney costumes, I mean, it's like the Comic-Con of the running world, and people do them in distances up to a marathon, and that's amazing. And so to me, that's what Cosrunning is. It's running in a costume. It does not have to be a nerdy thing, but there's that huge nerd element to it. I know a lot of people say that people running costume aren't they aren't serious about running, but come on, if you're running a marathon, for heaven's sakes, you're serious about running. And why would you even run in costume? I mean, for a lot of people, running itself is such a chore, but for me, it's kind of my carrot. I thought a lot about running. I've written about this a lot, how I thought about running, and I flirted with it, and I wasn't sure, and there was just something that happened the moment that I saw that Wonder Woman costume. This light bulb went on in my head, and it was like it gave me the reason to run. And for a split second, I didn't think I was worthy of it, because it was like I almost had to be like a good runner for it. And then it was discovering that no, part of the whole running as Wonder Woman, running in general, is coming to it where I am right now. And that in and of itself is a kind of an inspiring thing. And I mean, to me, I don't know to anybody else, but it seems to be, because obviously I have people who have been tuning in. So the kind of support when I suit up, there is something. I mean, something that not just happens to me, and it does happen to me. I stand a little taller. I run a little taller, but the people around me, they start cheering on Wonder Woman. I mean, that half that I did on New Year's Day was a prime example. It was so joyous and so supportive, and people were cheering me on in a way that it was exciting, and it just made me want to do better and to be better. And I don't think it was cheering me on individually. it's cheering on the idea of running as Wonder Woman. And here is a superhero, and and that to me is worth suiting up for, and it's worth getting up at 5 and doing the trainings and shilling out the money, and that's kind of why I do it is to run in a silly costume. Now, I don't know, I can't say that anybody else who cost runs has the same reaction that I do, but for me, that's what that means to me. I have a lot of other ideas of characters that I want to run as, and I'm going to talk about that in other episodes, but I think this is a good place to start. If you, by the way, if you would like in on the conversation, I would love to do some interviews. Just leave me a comment, shoot me a message, and I would like to make you part of this. The other ways you can participate, of course, is leave a comment, share, like, subscribe. Keep me accountable. Keep me doing this. I'd like to do this once a week, so keep me accountable to do it. It's one of my New Year's resolutions, and I want to see what will happen. That's it for this time. Thank you so much for watching.